It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon. Good morning, depending on where you are. We're in here to hopefully get you guys go in the right direction. Answering your questions, evaluating some properties, all of the above and more. Talking about wholesaling real estate with a strong emphasis on talking about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate is what I'm trying to say. I got guy touring in here to make this go smooth as possible. You all can pile in here. Some of you all may have received the multiple notifications because you're on the 205-964-5243 list, and then you're in Telegram, and maybe in multiple groups there. So now you know. That's what I'm saying. So you know, you should be no excuses if you ain't here. If you're here, you obviously watch it. You got the notifications. So maybe we have 2 or 3 more people than normal in here today. So when it was Monday, I put out a new video. I updated the option to partner with us on self-storage by I showed a new way to be able to create lists free. We had one with Zomps before, with Zomps and Google Maps. Google Maps deemed that to be scraping, and so we had to change that. So now we're combining ChatGPT, which is free, to use their tools for the most part. They made a recent change on that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I was able to create a GPT for building those lists of self-storage. You can do the same thing with hotels and motels, along with multifamily, if you using Google Maps, Yellow Pages, and the GPT. Some of y'all say, "What are you talking about?" But you'll get it. If you've been on a rock, I guess, in the last year and a half plus, so be it. I can't control that, but it's the latest.
I guess it just came out where you can use it for free. So some people,
yeah. So they could use it, but just some stuff you couldn't use it for. The GPTs you couldn't use for free. So, but you could have still did what I'm showing you to do, even without the paid version. It's just my actual GPT it removes a good portion of the large storage facilities that you should avoid, like Extra Space and Public Storage, Cube Smart, Life Storage, and several more. And so it automatically just filters it out for you. So all you have to do is just follow this, and it'll make more sense once you watch the video. But to check that out, I guess I need to put the banner up here so you can watch the video though. I guess I need to. Let me see. Guess I need to just create a what's the name to access that actual video training is what I need to do, because not only do I show you how to build a list, we also provide the script/lingo, so you actually know what you're doing, knowing what you're saying when you're speaking to these owners. So, which is very important. So I'll create a what's the name for that here in a second. It'll be scrolling here, so you can use it. that will access that particular video. All right. So we got anything yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, I guess I can just do this before I add the thing. That title looks like this. Let me see. Where is it? Dailies. That. Videos. Sick of houses. Oh, where's my thumbnail? There it is. So the thumbnail will look like this. It'll be this particular thumbnail here. So that's what you'll look for on my YouTube channel to watch that video. You see that thumbnail there, but I'm gonna put a code here, so it'll make it easy. So you know what? You don't even have to do that. If you go to what's the code we use for that? Let's see. I think if you just text mini, it's going to take you to storage snowball, and it's going to MINI. It's going to automatically take you over there. I have a version of it that I did before I posted the actual video there. So that'll show you what you need to do also.
Got a question. Renika Butler asks, how do you get access to the houses where the people passed away?
All right, she's talking about potential probate situations. There's a filter, even though this is for foreclosures, that this same tool will allow you to build what they call pre-probate list. You text the word move to 205-964-5243. It'll give you access to that tool. You can build those lists. Someone passes away. It's called pre-probate.
And Scorpio 67 asks, how to get the GPT?
Well, if you go to storagesnowball.com, and you can access that out. I guess I can just share my screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should come up in Google now anyway. Storage Snowball. It's going. If you go here, submit your name, number, email. It's going to take you over to this page here. And that's where the training is on how to build a list, even though I have a more detailed video on YouTube that shows it, which I just put up there. But if you click here, down here, where it says self-storage list builder, it's going to take you over to the GPT, right? Now, if you're not signed up for Chat GPT, then it's going to ask you to log in and create an account. Then but that's how you access it there. Or if you're already in Chat GPT, if you go to Explore GPTs and type in storage snowball, it'll come up, and you just click on it. And if it doesn't say buy flip man, you're not in the right place. Okay, so I gave you a couple of different ways to access it.
Cool beans.
Yes, sir.
That was it.
All right. I want to. I thought I had one for that. I know I have a scroller for it. That's easy to do. Yeah, if you text the word lingo, lingo, it'll take you over there too. So lingo, meaning multiple, will take you to the same place or whatever. So um, I was somebody mentioned that Jerry Norton has a LLC flipper kit, and that's to um, solve the problem in states where you're having issues um, with having to have a real estate license, or they're just not allowing wholesaling at all, which is I think the case with South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And um, um, I don't know the details of it, but just me thinking through it. Basically, you would be selling the LLC. You're selling the business entity, instead of getting an assignment fee. You all agree on. You still will probably promote the deal the way you normally would, as far as a price, and then you just have to reveal to them. Now, some buyers will try to still negotiate that fee down if they don't think it's worth the deal. You got to make that judgment call on that. But I'm looking for a relationship. If someone didn't want, number one, does the deal work for you based on the price, right? Of like if it was just the house part of it. And now once you find out how much I'm making, you want to negotiate that down. That's probably someone I don't want to deal with anyway, right? Because do the numbers work with you? Because I'm gonna promote a price for the house. Once we agree on that amount, you don't know what I got in the contract with the seller for. Okay, and so you will whenever you do the contract with the seller, you'll place that property under contract in that LLC that you'll be selling. So so that's but that's been used for years. A lot of times used with people doing foreclosures. But you just say it's just more communication with your buyers that you're dealing with. And at the end of the day, and I'm definitely pushing this approach, just being transparent from the beginning with your sellers, what your intent is or whatever. So, and some will fall through the cracks. A lot will still do it though if they're really motivated. So, um,
Do you feel like that's like a normal thing, like the buyer is used to the process, or that's just something new in these areas?
um, you say what now? Say that again.
Like when you approached, you put it out there, and you got buyers that are interested in the property. Do you feel like most of the buyers in South Carolina are used to this process?
Um, I don't know. You got to educate them on it. A good question. I have no idea. I'm gonna say no because it wasn't needed in a lot
Yeah,
of situations. So I'm going to say it wasn't because it wasn't needed. So
makes sense.
um, but they want the deal. Trust me, the most important thing in most cases, you got some unreasonable people out there, is can I make some money? You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing, is they want to know, can they make some money? So
Julia Lansdale asks, "Do you think wholesaling will be stopped in all states?"
I have no idea about that, but just like I'm giving you a solution on this, it's still gonna be always ways to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just normally just innovative people, you'll just find a solution for it to accomplish the same thing. And for long, people won't even people that's doing it won't even know, because a lot of times they just start and that's all they do know, that even existed anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it just it's just gonna always be just ways to do things, within the law, of course, um, to still accomplish what you're looking for. So
Um, Andrew Strickland is asking, "Hi Ty, explain the Zillow 50% rule when submitting deals to your office."
the Zillow 50% rule. Well, I can only, number one, promise 50% of what I'm getting. I have to bring people in to help in situations. Um, so it's 50% of what I'm getting, right? So it's that simple.
Some people are.
But sometimes you have to still be flexible to make deals work, right? This lady I dealt with on one of the self storage deals, you know, we don't I won't do business with her anymore because she wasn't flexible on the deal. I ended up literally everybody else made money except me because
Right.
I satisfied her on what she thought she was supposed to get out the deal. Everybody made money on me. I think I actually lost $1,000 on it in reality.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but hey, I gave her the choice. Hey, you can roll with this. You still made money. We'll move on to the next one. But that's that short sightedness most people have. She based everything on just that one deal or whatever, which wasn't a lot of money. Well, I guess it could be a lot of money depending on who you're talking to. But and so now, I can't. I don't care what she brings to him. I wouldn't entertain it.
There are a couple of people that's putting lingo in the chat. I don't know if they misunderstood
Yeah,
something.
you're gonna text that to 205-964-5243. Wouldn't be a bad idea if they could do that and send them something back.
And
But
it was send a text or something.
yeah, but hey, what do I know, man? You know what I'm saying?
Let me see. Bobby Mac 2488. Is your free contract joint venture friendly, or is there a separate contract for a JV wholesale deal?
Well, I technically don't do it that way. Some people have a quote unquote joint venture agreement or whatever. I normally like to use purchase and sales agreement because that's more concrete. Because now you become a principal within the deal itself.
Definitely. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, they're saying they're going to get to the GPT today.
Say what now?
Scorpio 67 was saying they're going to download or access the GPT today.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay.
If you're on the chat and you want to get your property comp, just put the address in and we can get it comped for you.
Mm, yeah. Mm, trying to add someone in Slack. Um, so give me a second. I'm trying to add a VA in Slack here. He's not letting us do it. You'll need to ask to join. Um, I don't see your notification. But yeah, so yeah, make sure you want to do that, guys. So I give you a couple of different ways to partner with us on the last two videos. I uploaded one Friday and I did one Monday, I think it was. And so the one of them is on being able to target multifamily and land using Zillow for sale by owner along with Zumps. And then the other uh, is a update on the self storage. Again, you can use that same method to do it with hotels, motels, and multifamily that are off market. We're trying to get directly to the decision makers. A lot of these are mom and pop situations that could turn into some substantial paydays. But we're trying to. I came up with a free way to be able to do that. I did replace it with a different way, which using Outscraper. It had a cost on it, but it was very minimal. You could do get 1,000 searches for like $3, but I think it was still a little too technical. I don't know if this is too technical.
The GPT.
Um, Say what now?
The GPT.
Yeah, with the GPT, Yellow Pages, um, GPT and Yellow Pages and Google Maps or whatever. So, but yeah.
I got a couple of properties.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Copy settings. Um, um, add people. Work with other companies. I don't know why it won't let me know. All right, so let me pull up my thing here.
Okay.
Uh, what address? What address? Let me see. What am I trying to do here? Zillow and Zumps. Zillow and Zumps. Okay. All right. So what's the hold on a second. Uh, let's see. What's the address? What's
It's
it?
3203 Stockton Street, and that's in Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
That's from Andrew Strickland.
Okay, so not listed. Good, 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 good. Let's see. We'll add that as the target. Let me go over here to investor base. All right, so what we're doing here, we're trying to pull up. Got a lot of good activity in here. Good, 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 good.
He's saying it's in livable condition.
All right, good info, sir. Mr. Sir. Oh man, they got oh my God, they got a great deal on that one. They paid 40 and sold it for 300. Whew, sweet daddy's draws. I've been wholesale on that one. I hate. Boom. Yeah, we got some good activity in here. Some good activity. Boom. I think I got enough here. All right, so let's share my screen. All right, so boom. So we're doing this by way of Zomps. Did I have Zomps up? Zomps. Also cashbuyer.ai by way of investor base on that. All right, so let's see what we got. So this is the property, I think. No. This is the property. This is the property. Okay, so all right, so we got the stuff logged in here. Man, they got some low average ARVs in here. They ain't paying. Okay. The market is what it is. So your property was built in 26. All of these are in play except this one that was in, that's the one they paid 40 for.
40,000.
So it was a new build. They must have tore it down and built it up. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They just bought the
Brand new
lot.
house.
Yeah, and just bought it. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right, so but we'll remove that one. That's an outlier. That's the 2003. We got a 1950 in here, but I don't think it's killing nothing. What's the size on it? 800 square feet. Um, this one here is a lot bigger than those. It's almost double. I'm gonna throw it out just because we really don't need it because we got so many. Ours is only 816 square feet. The largest now is 1140, so we're within a decent range there. So it looks like the average price that they're paying is around one. You'll just say 114. It says 113 913. So we know you need to be below that. The average ARV percentage that they're paying is 47%, right? Okay, so but that tells us. So we're saying the suggested ARV is 204,000. The average sale price is 245, but those are bigger than yours. So, and so the average price per square foot is 250. I think this is pretty consistent here. Yeah. So we got some good stuff here. I love when it just plays out like this. So to simplify this, we know they will pay 115. So for you to make money, you probably need to be well, if we compare the ones that's close to your size, as I was going to say 100 or less, probably even less than that because yours is smaller than those, right? So I'm going to say with yours, you probably want to be closer to 80 or less, right? Because yours is smaller. It's more similar to this last one down here. That's 817 square feet. They paid 100 for it, sold for 225, which is the least amount there. So um, so if we so I already know what the number. So we need to be somewhere, you know, north of 80,000 for you to maybe wholesale for 95 or 100. So there you go. But this is a simple one here because it just can produce so much data here that it's easy to get a good snapshot. You know, I love that. I hope what I'm explaining is I'm just not rambling and it makes sense because they need
No,
to.
that makes sense.
Yeah, they
because
make
because that one is they bought it for 100,000, they sold
yeah,
it for 225.
sold for 225. So is
Right.
that so let's do this. Let me do it this way. So I'm gonna eliminate all of these except that last one. So now we're getting a true match to match, right? Now it's a 1950 build, which is a little different. So, but that's cool. We can work with that. So again, so they're paying 100. So, and when I say they, that's the price they bought it for, the flipper, the person that you're going to wholesale it to. Then they renovated and sold it for 225. So in order for you to make money, you need to be below this number, right? So again, so I'm saying you should be shooting for 80 or less. 80 or less. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
Next one comes from Blue Strickland, and I'll give you the property address.
All right. Let me clear all of these out. Okay. So what's the address?
It is 1430 Decatur Street, and that's in Richmond, Virginia.
It's the same person?
Is that the one we just did?
No, but the property was in Richmond, Virginia also. The one we just did.
No, no, not the same person.
Okay.
Two
All right.
different people.
All right.
I didn't even realize it until you just said it.
Is this a house or lot or what?
It doesn't say. It just
Yeah,
says.
we need to identify that because it gave me two options there. We need to identify what it is. So what's the next one?
The next one, Chanel McClendon just basically said, "Hi, Ty Flipman. This Chanel McClendon."
This is Tyrone Taylor. Hello.
I just said, let me mention it because. But,
there you go.
okay, Renika Butler says, "Is it possible to wholesale abandoned land? If so, how do you go about finding that abandoned land?"
I'm not sure when she says abandoned.
Yeah, I didn't.
If you could describe what you're talking about abandoned, because it was just land, please explain. I'm not even going to try to assume what you mean by that.
Somebody owns it, right?
Yeah, somebody owns it. If it was just the state, or you know what I'm saying, the federal government, somebody owns it.
Somebody owns it.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew is saying Blue Strickland is his son. We got
Okay.
the two in Virginia. So
All right. So is that a lot or land? Is it a
oh,
property?
okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't say. Oh, yeah, Blue it says it's a lot. Blue Strickland
Oh,
says
okay. All right. So let me dive into it then.
okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing, let me make sure I find this property here. It's a little tricky. So let's see if 1432 comes up. All right, so I think I found it where I need to be. All right, so let's reset all filters. We'll do just lots and land. So we do got a little activity in here. Okay, so I can go ahead and share my screen. I won't need the what's the name? Um, okay, so these are the lots and land in here. So let me use my draw tool, capture those. All right, and then I'll use land ID. All right. So let's see what we got here. I think all of these are about the same. So it looks like the average sale price in here is around 67,000. I don't know the size of that particular lot though. Let's do, what was it? 1430
1430 Decatur Street.
Decatur Street. Okay, let's see here. That's Virginia. 1430 Decatur Street. I don't think it gave me that. Let me see. 1430 Decatur Street. Okay, that's it, right? 1430 Decatur Street.
1430, yes.
See, it just recently sold for 80,000, right? So it sold at the top of the market. Like, I don't know what to tell you on that. It just sold, right? If I add it, let me see. I don't know why I couldn't put it up initially. So if I make it the target, right? It looks like they overpaid based on the market in here. Yeah, like based on this, they probably shouldn't have only paid about around this, but hey, it's something that's worth what somebody willing to pay for it or whatever. So But it just recently sold. I'm not sure why you would target this one. They overpaid for it, so you can reach out to them on do they have a price on it or whatever, based on what other stuff is sold for.
And it just sold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Renika Butler added to her question about the abandoned land. So, okay, so do you go to the state and try to get it from them? Specifically talking about land that people are not using, seeing if I can get it under contract to sell to people who want to buy land.
Okay. Okay. I guess she just means just land. She's using the term abandoned land, just land. Whether if it's owned by the state, you can reach out to them, but they're not the best option for something like that. But if it's just land, you just got to determine who owns it, and so you can get into, the information about the property. A lot of times you can't tell a lot. Sometimes just depend on the tools you're using. But it's just the same process. Find out who owns it. Reach out to them. Do they want to? If you can get them on the phone or whatever, however you're going to communicate with them. Do they want to sell it? If so, at what price? From that point, you evaluate it. So the first hurdle is determining who owns it, and then reaching out to them.
Okay, the next property from Derek, and you put in the address, but no city and state. And when I was pulling it up, it looks like in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it looks like a commercial property. But I can give you the address.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It is 1700 Montana Drive.
1700 Montana Drive. Yeah, I don't know what type of property is this. It just no way I can evaluate something like this. I don't even know what it is or what it was. It
Okay.
just looks like, but the title on it was Break Every Chain Resource Center. So, yeah.
Okay. Next is this a question from Malik Richardson. Says, well, I really want to know why I'm failing as a wholesaler.
That's too broad of a question. I would need to know, what are you doing on a daily basis to generate leads? Well, we can start just there, which is the bare bones of it.
And Derek responded again. He said it's an assisted living facility.
Is it? Well, from that photo I pulled up, it looks like it was closed. Is it still closed or what?
Okay. The next one is a property address. Is from Patricia Stevens. And this is in Washington, D.C. And Derek says, yes, it's still closed, the assisted living.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to put a number on something like that, my man. That's a different ball game. The main thing, it's easier to evaluate self-storage for me, for self-storage, hotel, motels, and multifamily, because I know how to target a large pool of buyers for that. That's the difference. Whether it's occupied or vacant, it's easier just easier. I don't have buyers for something like that, right? So, and then I don't know how to evaluate those, even with it being vacant or whatever. So that's something I haven't looked into at this point.
All right. Patricia. Oh, okay. And Patricia Stevens is saying this property in Washington, D.C. is a multifamily that she wants comped.
Okay. So before I even do that, I need to know how many units, Is it currently producing income right now, and what are the expenses? I have to at least know those three things, and ideally the unit mix on it too, which means how many 1 bedroom, how many 2 bedroom, how many 3 bedrooms of each, or whatever the unit mix is on it.
Okay. And Delina Cowles made a statement. Hi, Ty. I have a new number. I need to be added back to the text so I'll know when you go live. Also, is it okay to work with the realtor? I was driving and seen a house for sale. It had the realtor information.
Number one on the just all you have to do you see it should be a scrolling thing down there. So lingo, if you text lingo to 205-964-5243, it's automatically going to add you to the list. The other thing on the realtor thing, you can drive in pretty much any decent sized city and see realtor signs. That's not difficult. Well, let me back up. When a realtor is listing a property, in most cases, they're asking more than what we would want to do. Not saying you can't negotiate a deal that makes sense, but unless you already have buyers that are okay with the realtor being involved, meaning that number one, that the property is listed for sale everywhere, then ignore those. Because it's too many hoops you're gonna have to jump through with a realtor, number one. But you need to have the buyer that's okay with that, because you're not finding any. It's not like you pass by the house and nobody else is going to see it. That's the whole purpose of the sign, so tons of people can see it. Again, it can be done, but you need to really have your buyers lined up that'll do those type of deals first before that'll be interested in those types of deals, because you're not bringing anything special to the table with it already being for sale everywhere. The reason wholesalers have values that a lot of times, you're putting stuff in front of buyers that they didn't know exist. And as far as a sale or whatever. Again, it can be done dealing with realtors, but you really need to have those relationships built with buyers already okay with properties that are already listed with realtors. A lot of them are not, because again, you have no value to them. They could have did that themselves. They can just blindly make offers all day. A lot of them do it that way too. So in most cases, then they overprice. So it's a lot of things there. So especially if you're asking that question, avoid those. I'm trying to still explain it, because I'm not just ignoring your question. But if you have to ask the question on realtors, avoid them, because it's just too complex for the average person to go in that direction or whatever. So it's just easier deals out there. Just trust me. I know we want to go with easy. I mean, what appears to be low hanging fruit, but it really is not. It's all poison, unless you got the right chemicals to make that fruit work or whatever, or however you garden or handle that situation. I'm trying to make an analogy.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
This is terrible. But anyway, but point being, avoid those. That's not what we're looking for. Keep watching. It'll make a lot more sense for you.
And I can't remember, did you address her being added back?
Yeah, I told her to text lingo, and it'll automatically add her back.
Well, all right. Let's see here. Andrew Strickland provides a property that he wants comped in Richmond, Virginia again.
Okay. All right. What's the address?
Oh, before I do that, Ty, that's what I was trying to think of. Patricia Stevens did respond about the multifamily.
What's she say?
She's saying it's 4 units, 1,500 monthly, and she put in 2 bed, 1 bath. I'm assuming
it's 1,500 monthly each.
Good question. I didn't. Yes, she did say. Okay. Let's see if she can respond.
Ideally, we would need to know what the taxes and insurance is for the property also, but
she's saying yes.
Yes to what?
1,500 each.
So that's 6,000, right? So what are they asking for it?
Yeah, Patricia, what are they asking?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do the Richmond thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. 3608 Decatur Street. She put in 1.3, but I know they're not talking about 1.3 million.
If that's the case, then I don't have to look that up. That's way overpriced. See, that
Yeah,
wouldn't even,
1.3 billion.
yeah, see 6,000. Now that's not no expenses taken out. That wouldn't even cover a mortgage payment on that. You would have to put down so much money, like over half, for that to make sense. It's way overpriced.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back in Richmond.
And that comes from Andrew Strickland also. Again.
Okay. I think this is what was the first one we did?
Must be close by because it
Yeah,
was
it's gonna
3203.
it's gonna be the same numbers.
30, it was 3203.
For 3203 what?
Same street.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing.
No, I'm sorry. I take that back. It was not the same street. It's Stockton Street, 3203
Right.
Stockton Street.
Okay.
So it is a different street address.
All right, let me
The
see.
zip code, they're about the same. 232.
Well, see, Stockton Street is a street over. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which I can show you on the map here, but Stockton Street is a street over. That's because it looks like I had already pulled it up, so I was like, nah, I was just in this area. So yeah, it's just a street over. So this Stockton Street, this Decatur Street. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know they right there by. So the bag is going to be the same.
About the same. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The next one comes from Katie Carson. Can you please comp and provides the address 997 Ashby Circle, Northwest, which is in Atlanta.
What is it? Give me it again.
Yeah. 997 Ashby ASHBY Circle.
Okay. Is this a lot or just to make sure I'm on the right thing here? Is this a lot?
Yeah, that comes from Katie Carson. So, Katie, let us know if it's a lot or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this comes from Day Darden on Facebook. It says, "Hi, Ty. I will send you an email with all the info on this deal, but I would like to thank you so much in advance. But a few weeks ago, you comped a property from me and the seller accepted the offer. I talked with the seller and buyer this week, Monday. At this point, they're just waiting on me to get the contract signed. But here's a twist. The buyer is a realtor and also the person I'll be partnering with on this deal. So we'll do 50-50. And we already agreed on the pay I will get and he will get. I'm okay with it. My question to you is, what contract do I use? Because I remember in one of your videos, you said if you're dealing with a realtor, not to use your one-page contract. So in this situation,
the realtor is not acting as a realtor; they're acting as an investor in this situation. So the contract with you and the seller should be my contract. The contract with you and the realtor, they may want to do something different as long as it doesn't conflict with the contract with you and the seller. So, it still work. But I'm assuming they're acting as a investor and not a realtor in this situation.
Okay. Next question comes from Renika Butler. Do you avoid telling the person that you're a wholesaler? I had a deal before, but the person got uninterested, I think, because of the contract, and I'm supposed to have the buyer already signed on the paper before. I got that.
Okay, so for years I would just say no, you don't want to get into that with a seller, but my mind's been changed on that quite a bit. So now you might be too far down the road on it for this, but I don't know. So I'll just explain. But ideally, you want to let them know, hey, um, um, I'm an investor, but how I make money is I find deals for other investors. That's one way of saying it, just straight up, without ever using the word wholesaling. Or, hey, I have a problem, a good problem that I think your property can solve. I have more investors ready to buy than properties I have to offer them, right? And your property, I think, will fit a lot of the investors in my network. Are you open to working with me on this? All right, so yeah. All right, now, in order for me to get paid, these guys, even though they will perform, this is a business and it can be cutthroat. So in order for me to get paid, we still need to do a purchase and sales agreement. All right. They don't want to work with that. There's nothing you can do because you can't do the deal you can't protect yourself without the paperwork being involved.
When we was talking to the young lady about it was Delana Cowles that was asking about she saw a property that was listed by a realtor and how do you deal with realtors, but she says I think you were saying that don't normally deal with realtors, but she followed up with the question. I'm a little confused, and you probably done answered 1,000 times. I watched your video Zump and Zillow, so I was getting a list from Zillow and cold calling from that. I thought you said we don't.
Well, these are for sale by owner. You're missing an important part of that. For sale by owner. If I'm understanding.
As opposed to a realtor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a recent video that I did Friday. It was about targeting for sale by owners that are listed on Zillow, land and multifamily. I didn't really go into the houses. It was more land and multifamily.
All right. And the property that was in Atlanta, I think we was trying to figure out was it a lot? It's 997 Ashby Circle.
Yeah.
She responded and said it's a 3-bed, 1-bath house.
So 997 Ashby Circle Northwest. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm showing that's a vacant lot. Yeah. I'm showing that's a vacant lot, not a house. But I can still comp that area for sure. Just need to know the square footage of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Okay. The next one comes from Judith Thompson. And looks like they're asking 35,000. I'll give you the property address.
Okay. Well, let me do this one for them. Oh, I would need to know the square footage first of the house that they're targeting, the one in Atlanta. So let's do this other one. What's the address?
6740 South Wabash, Waba SH Avenue in Chicago.
Chicago, Illinois. Chicago. Something up there. Okay, so this property is for sale. It's an active listing.
She's saying
Oh,
these are lots
okay.
on
What?
Century 21 site. I guess she's looking on
Yeah,
Century
it's been
21.
available 8 days. Not getting a ton of views here. They're asking 35,000. I'll just tell you, it is getting a little activity. So that means now again, this is a listed property. Makes it a little bit more difficult without having buyers ready to go on something like this. But ideally, you would want to get it 10 or less. Maybe if you can move it for 15 to 20.
Okay. Because it looks like Judith put in another property address. Did you want to look it up or just make it clear about the listed properties? Because she's
Oh
probably
yeah, we look at it. Yeah, we look at it.
she's saying Zillow 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1316 square feet, and the address is 11416 South King Drive.
114. What is it?
Yeah, 11416 South King Drive.
In Chicago also.
Yes.
Okay. Now this one, it's a foreclosure. So um, this property is and it just was posted here. This is a totally different ball game. With this, it says foreclosure. I don't know if it's, but it says auction at the same time. So I don't know if this is a pre-foreclosure. Let me read the notes here. Living space, the property has the right to select their own title. The buyers. This is it's really not telling me anything on that end. Let me just go to prop stream and see what more info I got here. Let me see. What is that? All right, let me see what we got here. Um, it was an FHA loan back in 2018. Um, um, I don't know what's the name is caught up on it yet, but just from looking at that listing, it says auction foreclosures, price unknown. Um, and it just was listed an hour ago. Was this one that you just passed by, or what situation, or have you spoken to the owner, or what situation on this? Before I dive any deeper on this.
Okay. Andrew Strickland and his son is saying, he said Rodney and I will be looking to partner with you on deals where the wholesale fee is $20K or more. It's just
That's fine.
And Renika Butler said, okay, thank you for that. Basically, just move on until you find someone who will do it. I think she's addressing, when you move on from properties that are listed.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, the hustle man just made a statement. I want to wholesale commercial.
Text the word. Well, go to YouTube and look at my most recent video. It'll be the most. If you go to YouTube, do a search for Flip Man. It should. I thought I added it, didn't I? You'll see this thumbnail, and it just put in "sick of houses" and "flip man," and it should pull up that video. "Sick of houses" and then "flip man" in the search on YouTube, and you should see this thumbnail right here. Yeah.
And also on Instagram, OG Kind Heart says, "Can I join this live and give my testimony?"
Yeah.
And he also said, "You tell that brother I got something to say."
Let me see what I need to do that.
No, that's on Instagram. Yeah, that's on Instagram.
That's on Instagram.
Yeah, that's on Instagram.
Well, he'll have to get off of his device. Let me see what I need to do. If you text, normally we use if you text the word Gator, but I don't have the link set up for that because we normally don't do that on here, but that's fine. We can. No big deal. Okay, so all right, if you text the word Gator, GATOR, to 205-964-5243, that'll send you a link with instructions on how you can be added to the live stream.
Okay. And Judith Thompson is saying, I guess you'd asked about how she acquired this property. She said, "Just passed by it, in progress to speak with the owner."
Yeah, we need to see what's going on with it before we dive deep into it. Yeah, ideally, and I'm not discouraging you guys because that's the only way you're going to learn. But to be more efficient, you just need to do that with your own time. Also, ideally, we need to really be comping stuff that you've spoken to the owner, right? Ideally, so we can spend all day just randomly comping stuff, but we need to have a purpose. You just spoken to the owner. Either they give you a price, or they want you to make an offer because they won't give you a price, or you need to counter a price that's just given, or you need to just see if that number really works that they gave you, if they gave you one. Or ideally, that's what we want to comp. The stuff that you've actually talked to the owner and they want to sell, of course.
All right. Patricia Stevens put in another property address in Washington, D.C.
Okay. What's the address?
322 18th Street, Northeast.
Okay, so yeah, this one is a listed property. Also, it's a townhouse. Okay, so again, before I even dive into this, who was that? What was her name?
This is Patricia Stevens.
Okay, so on these, Patricia, this one has been available 33 days. Not getting a ton of views. They have it priced at full price, right? Or higher. Okay, so stuff like this, you can just automatically in somewhere like DC, probably at 80%, you automatically want to take 20% off of that with your offer, right? So 20% discount off of that is basically asking 640, 639.9. You automatically want to say 80% of that. So 500 or less is where you need to be. So that's it. They're asking full price, but again, don't even target. I have no idea why you would target this, but I guess that's the only way we would learn is unless you have buyers that are okay with stuff that's already on the internet, don't target these. Don't target these. Again, I would love to hear why she particularly targeted this property or whatever. But just for easy math, in DC now, in other places, 70% times whatever what we deem here is full price. and that number and below. But in DC, probably 80% would be a better number. But 500. So you're asking them to take $140,000 discount. Some people will do it. Offers are free, but so are no's.
She's
So
saying that
I would love to just understand her because that's going to help others. Why did you target this one in particular?
She's saying that it was an expired listing and relisted with an agent.
Yeah. If it's that, you know what that means, Patricia? It's overpriced. That's what that means. It's overpriced. And see, we're not even close to the full price game. And again, dealing with realtors, they're going to be insulted if you come to them with a 500. But again, you don't care if they're insulted or not, or what. I'm just saying, we're all about being as efficient with our time to get the end goal, which is money. We can just look at stuff like this all day, full prices. That's what most of it is. That's not the game we're in, of course. But again, that's the only way you're going to learn. You don't need to target these at all, because they're asking full price. That's one of the reasons why Zomps is important. Let me just show you guys that this why it's important to have it. A lot of times you can, without even doing anything now, it's not always a guaranteed indicator, but it goes a long way. So this property in a market like DC, highly densely populated, this property is only getting 11 views per day. Right. And the save rate is like 1%, a little over 1%. When something is priced right, this would be over 5% in most cases in a densely populated area like this now. And you're talking a couple hundred views a day, right? At least 100, but a couple of hundred normally. But this one that's why they had to relist it, because it's overpriced. Now, they want what they want, and somebody may end up paying it or whatever. But I'm just letting you know, these are time wasters. I just hate to just say that that's the end all, because offers are free. You never know. But normally enough of this, what I try to accomplish is your easiest path to a check, and this ain't one of them. And what I also try to prevent is the easiest path to not want to do this anymore. But this is one of them, by targeting stuff that has no chance of being a deal. That's my goal, to try to get you to the easiest path to a check, but at the same time, prevent you from being frustrated right out of the business. But we got my man ready to come up.
He's on Instagram. He said, I texted the number with question marks. So I don't know what that means. But
No, I'm saying we got Kind Hard here, and I'll add him.
Oh, okay.
What's going on, man?
OG.
My little sister graduated.
My dog.
What's happening, man?
Man, what's going on, big homie?
Oh, you got it, man.
Hey,
where you located?
Man, I'm located in Memphis, Tennessee, man. Hey, I wanted to let these folks know, dog. I've been following your formula for the longest. I think about a good year. Hey, every contract I've ever printed, every contract I've ever did. Let me show the facts, man. I got to show the receipts now. I definitely got to show the receipts. Oh, let me see if I can turn this thing around. I don't know if it's gonna let me turn it around, but Flip, man, you know your contracts when you see them, man. You know your contracts when you see them.
Yeah.
I ain't able to. I was trying to show the. I was trying to be able to show the assignments and stuff like that, man. It ain't let me really turn this camera around, but either or, big dog, I want to thank you, man, because bro, I always come to your page for the advice. My dog here in the middle, I think you from Memphis too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm from Memphis. Yeah, I'm from Memphis.
Yeah, no, hey, look here. Hey, so you brother, I'm sure you familiar with the high end the local buyers around here as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name a few. What I'm talking about, the top dogs, like the top buyers, but either or. Flip, man, I just wanted to thank you, dog, for really changing my life with this real estate stuff, man, because I ain't thought about working no job ever going back. Man, it's because of your formulas and your teachings, my dog. I don't get less than 10,000, 15,000 a pop off of any deal that I do, and I always keep a deal in the pipeline. But, yeah, man, I always just come back and just watch your videos just to really keep myself sharp because, like you said, a lot of these folks really just be wasting time, man. And me going through your teachings and your methods has taught me how to cut a lot of that stuff out and eliminate a lot of obstacles and stuff, and knowing what to expect to help me do a deal. Like, it's not rocket science. This stuff is easy. Anybody can do it. And yeah, dog, I just wanted to, man, give you your flowers, big homie, because I definitely been implementing, and the results I'm seeing the results, brother. I'm seeing the results.
All right, man. What we can do so you can go more in depth on your story, man. If you want, we can just record a video or whatever. Text me. You see the number there or whatever. You may have my other number too, but that's fine. Just text me on this number and we'll set it up. You know, maybe we get it recorded and get it out there in the next few days or whatever. So love your energy, man. At the end of the day,
man, I definitely want to let folks know.
Well, what's your name? What's your name?
Man, I go by Travis.
Okay,
Travis,
you go by Travis.
My company is Kind Heart Enterprises.
All right. Hey, so but yeah, so yeah, so at the end of the day, the information that I put out there, or any of these live streams, or anything, courses are paid or not paid or whatever, those are only tools that can have a tremendous amount of value, but they also can be worth nothing if you don't put them into action. And some people it'll happen for faster than others for a number of reasons. But the main thing is, yeah, anybody can do it. I don't question that. That doesn't mean it's going to work, because the way I teach may not work for them. But I think it has for enough people over time to have some type of what's the word I'm looking for? A credibility or whatever. But yeah, just reach out to me, man, so we can get in depth on your story, because I think it can help some other people, man. Then you're right there in Memphis too. And so, yeah, I would love to just connect with you on that level, so we can get something that, people can really learn from your journey. Because I can sit and talk blue in the face or whatever, but I like to get just real people on here, that's doing it, and benefited from, my training. I'm sure others also. So yeah, just text me and we'll set up a time to schedule that.
Yeah, everybody.
You from out of Alabama, right?
Yeah, I'm in Birmingham. Yes, sir.
Everybody's just saying they love your energy. Yeah.
Keith, I appreciate you, brother. That's why I'm just here to share it, man. Share the same, put out the same love, and really just man, the same. I'm just trying to spread love the same way. Brother, these teachers are priceless. You understand me? And like I say, I hope these folks, when they watching these videos, they ain't just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna get cussed out. Yeah, you got to go through the ropes. Yeah, you got to make your phone calls. Yeah, you got to get on that phone. Get on the phone. That's the only way. I remember you said that, big homie. You said the only way you're going to create some motion for yourself, you're not going to do no deals if your phone not ringing. That's what you said. And I said, every day I have to make a phone call, get on the phone, talk to somebody, even if it's 15 minutes, have a conversation. I love to ask people wherever I'm standing. When I'm driving on the way to the grocery store to go run an errand, I'm looking at abandoned houses. It's immersed in my system now. Everything that I do when I wake up is real estate. You understand me? Man, this stuff has changed my life. You understand me, brother? No, I'm thankful. You understand me? Because this stuff ain't taught every day. When I was wondering, I was saying what you was talking about, like, yeah, man, learn how I made $10,000 such and such. I'm like, man, how he talk? What he talking about? $10,000. he gotta be, man. And then I started implementing and I put it together and this serious. And so now the strategies that I've created for myself, as far as like finding leads, the thing is, as long as the world go round, as long as people die every day, a house just became available.
Yeah.
And that's a little gem I'm gonna put out there for somebody else. You can do what you want with that information. But the obituaries are my favorite section to read in the paper. The obituaries. You understand me? What are they talking about in the obituaries? Who is in the obituary? Oh, them the people I need to skip trace. Them the people I need to talk to about this house that this individual that is said, oh, such and such just died, such and such peacefully at their home. Such and such or such and such, they are survived by XYZ, such and such. Oh, them are the heirs. Oh, them the people I need to contact too. Hey, listen, I apologize. Hey, I want to send my deepest condolences. However, what y'all gonna do with that house over there?
He owned it.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Stop playing on me, Flip, man. Hey, look here. OG Conhart, you put me in the game, dog. And I just want to give you your flowers. Brother, man, hey, follow me back, too, because I done followed you, too. You ain't
Hey,
never
no, we go connect, man. Like, for real,
100%. I hope I touch somebody, and I hope somebody learn from it, but I just want to
hey, I'm going already and pre-warn you. I'm going to turn this into some content probably as early as today.
Brother, you do your thing. You just tag me in it. That's all you do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just here to tell you, hey, when I said it in the comment, I need to tell my story because these folks need to know that this is serious. Baby, will you tell this man? Will you tell this man? How many closings do I got this week?
She's like, hold on.
Will you tell him? How many? Tell him. How many? I got 3 closings set up.
He on fire.
Simply because I got on the phone. You understand me? I got nothing but my time. That is priceless. I can't get that back. What do you... Hey, brother Flip, man, I appreciate you. I just wanted to go ahead and share that.
Yeah. Hey,
we gonna talk,
hey, Travis.
Brother, we gonna talk. Other than that, I'm finna get back to it. I ain't gonna make no excuses. Conhart Enterprises, we buy houses cash.
I'm gonna follow you too. I'm gonna follow you too, brother.
Follow me back, brother. OG Conhart, man. It's been nothing but real. Peace, love,
all right,
and
man. I love it. All
right. Oh, he got that fire on them, Ty. He got that fire on them. Okay. Hey, girl was like, oh,
she like, whoa. Oh man,
she know him though. You know.
Hey. Yeah, love it, man. I don't think we need to go nowhere from that, man.
I know, man.
Hey,
that's
wow,
cool.
Yeah, that's what's up, boy. That's what's up. Yeah,
that'll local, be you know what I'm saying.
That'll be a YouTube short, a TikTok. I think you do up to 10 minutes now. We'll do all of it on there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my laptop about to go out. So yeah, guys. My man Travis in Memphis.
A lot of energy. That was a lot of energy. That's what
yeah. That's real. That's raw.
But you like to see that. You love to see that. You know
man. I just couldn't have said it better myself. All right. So yeah, you see the things there. You type. You can text me SPY if you want to watch me peek over my shoulder, shadow me, wholesaling commercial real estate. Text lingo. If you want to partner on the self-storage, again, the video I released yesterday, Monday, you could text the word, I don't think I can text anything. You got to just go to YouTube, do a search for Sick of Houses, Flip Man. And you'll be able to see that video. You'll see this thumbnail right here. And it'll get you going. And what else we got? Nothing, you know what I'm saying? So
what you mean?
I'm saying I'm trying to think of anything else. Pre-foreclosure list, text move, or like the lady was talking about probate. You can use that same method to do that. And that's what he was just talking about, building probate list. But he's checking the obituary. He said, that's the section, man. When I first got into real estate, the guy that one of the people that I followed a lot, he had a local class here. His name was Don Williams. He's passed on now. And it's that was his thing, that obituary, man. Because a lot of times, depending on the paper, which all that's online now, they'll put that person's address there, like what I'm saying, too,
right,
or whatever. So
just look them up,
yeah. Just depending on where you are. Sometimes they do that too.
Yeah, when he said, I was like, that's a pretty unique way.
Yeah. I've been on like that way back. I ain't never really. I did it just a little bit, not enough, but that could be a real source or whatever. Okay. So. But yeah, so appreciate it, guys. Again, so hopefully we'll be back here Friday. Then tomorrow, I think it'll be Flipping North 311, 312. I'm not sure what number it'll be. That's around 9 p.m. Eastern or so, 9:30ish, whatever, tomorrow night. So then we should be back on Friday. So appreciate what he said his name was, Kind Heart.
OG Kind Heart.
Yeah, OG. Oh, you found him you found him?
Yeah, I see him on
okay.
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll reach back out to him on that for sure. But yeah, so again, appreciate everyone that's joined us. And we'll see you guys on the FLIPSIDE.
Flip man. It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.